Time to bring the thunder. Let the heavens rage! Zeus!
Hello everyone, LZO is here with round number 4. Thank you all so much for this huge support. Here against Zoro, I lost the dice roll. My opponent chooses to go first, so this is fine for me. Here you see my first hand. I think it's a quite okayish hand. It depends what I can see with sugar, but I have the turn 2 Rosy play, I have the turn 1 sugar play, so I think this is definitely worth to keep. I do also have an event which I can trash with Rosy, which I do not need anymore. So my first impression against Zoro was like, okay, I need to see some key cards and it's winnable. My opponent starts with turn 1 Nami, Surge, which is also very good. So we had kind of the perfect first turn start. Surge with sugar and instant take from my side. 8 cost Pluffy and passing here the turn to my opponent. So Zoro currently definitely a lot represented in this current format of OP10, including bannings. It's a quite popular leader. Interesting here with Buggy Searcher, so he's able to search an event. And now I know that my opponent has 2 events in his hands, which shut up and come with us. So counter, look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put up to 1 of cost 3 or less animal type card into play. Then place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So here definitely he leaves 2 dons up for this play. So what I'm doing here is playing Rosy, make usage of Rosy's ability. I'm trashing an event, draw 2 cards, and I see here another very important key card. It's the 9 cost Big Mom, which will help me later on get rid of a character on his board, which is a 6 cost or less, and also heal a life. And I passed here the turn. I do not want to swing because I don't want that my opponent has the chance to use his 1 cost event, shut up and come with us. So this is basically my play strategy. As long as Zoro has some dons open, I try not to swing, especially in the early game. In the later game, when I have some characters on my field, I'm able to do that because I can enter directly his board and try to swing in. So I'm trying also here to protect my life early as much as possible. It always depends a little bit like what do I need in my card, what not. Just to not get too fast to 0 life, because you always have to think of Diable Jambe or the unblockable Pluffy. So yeah, I'm here doing counter things. But a strong play of my opponent, he plays here Makino, which can boost the 1 cost, so he boosted his Nami as well. So I had to take this life now, because otherwise it's too much pressure. And here, again, my opponent leaves up 2 dons, which again represents 2 potential shut up and come with us events. So let's see how I'm going to handle this turn. I mean, he has 3 bodies, he has a Makino. I have to get rid at least of the Makino, or maybe even better, yeah, on the Makino, because he has their 2 targets he could boost with her. So either I go for Makino or I go for the 1 cost, and yeah, I'm happy my opponent lets it die here. I'm not sure why he didn't use his shut up and come with us event. Probably he didn't want me to give a target to swing into something potentially more worth than, let's say, a Nami or a Makino, using here leader ability just to be able to play my 8-cost Pluffy, which will definitely help me to stabilize in this game. First with ramping always 1 down when opponent attacks, but also to spam another Don Quixote card, which I have here, the Rosie, as a target. The question here is, do I swing with my 5-cost Rosie 2, or am I risking to just play the combo now, pass the turn with 4 drones open, and start to play my events? So I'm playing here 8-cost Pluffy into Rosie. Ability Rosie. Probably trashing here the Gum Gum Giant, as I don't want to go too low in Dawn at the moment, and I have 2 very strong events in my card. It's the slow beam, but also the Hell's Judgment. So yep, I do not swing here with my Rosie, so I think this was a huge mistake of my opponent to not activate his events on my first swing. Which now, of course, he has Makino and Nami, which he can use, as you see, but nevertheless, for another turn, he was not able to spam his board, because I think this is something which is very strong against Pluffy, to go wide on characters as fast as possible. Here he is doing the free boost. So Nami now on check, yeah, on 5k. If he attaches a Dawn on his leader, she will turn to a 6k. Let's see. Maybe my opponent does a mistake and swings here first with his leader, so I'm able to tap Nami. My opponent here separates again some DOMs. Always have a closer look to such things, because this signalize some key cards which you should know Zoro is playing. For example, the ST21 Rush Luffy, but also the unblockable Rush Luffy. So this always gives you some side informations which could be important. But here, yeah, mistake of my opponent probably. He swings first with leader, so I'm able here to profit from my slow beam to get Nami rested. I think this was also again a lack of knowledge of my opponent, which, I mean, of course, in this tournament I surprised all of my opponents with my deck choice. So +2 resting Nami and another +1. So here, yeah, my opponent has some choices. He could also play here at Zoro and pass the turn with another 2 Dons open again. Or he plays one of the Luffys. Or, also a good call, he plays the Tony Chopper from EB01, which has blocker, and with 2 Dons when attacking, give up to one of your opponent's character -3000 power during this turn. It's definitely also a good card in this deck, synergizes very well with the event, but also with the other Chopper, which will probably, you will see him soon. And he passes the turn with 2 Dons open. Again, I know that he has 2 times the event. But here I need to start also to swing into his body to get control of the board. So what I do here, I swing first into Nami, just to get rid of the 1 cost, so that Makino is not able to boost anything for free. And here my opponent chooses to play the event, which is definitely the right decision. So top 5, here he sees the other Chopper I was talking about from the OP08. Your turn on play when attacking. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Play up to 1 animal type character with a power of 4000 or less among them as rested. Then place the rest of the cards on the bottom of the deck. So he was able to play him twice, but there is nothing he played with them, if I'm not wrong. So in this, I mean, in this scenario, definitely from my side, I was a bit lucky that he didn't found here any target to play. But I think my opponent could definitely play it better, especially at the turn before, where he could already use his events. But yeah. So here I'm thinking about to swing into life or into this Machino. If I go into life, I can try to pressure him a bit as well. Because, to be honest, you see I have Big Mom, but I would also have another Mingo Rosie combo. The question is, do I need the Mingo Rosie combo here again? Or is Big Mom more worth? Because I can get rid of one of those choppers, which are quite annoying, because the effect applies also when they attack. So I think I'm here swinging into leader, and my opponent thinks if he should counter round or not. Or do I still think here to whom I swing? I'm not sure anymore. Let's see it. But definitely an intense matchup. I think it's a quite interesting matchup. Because Zoro wants to go first. This is his curve. I want to go second. This is my curve. So I think with this deck build, the matchup against Zoro is way better than with the Straw Hat Pluffy version. So yeah, he countered out with 2 1Ks. It gives me a sign that he has no 2Ks in his hand. So I swing again with 6 and with 9. Now I'm able to play Big Mom. Here we go. Use the ability. Probably trashing here. Then I 8 cost Dofi because I don't need him now. My board is quite good. So I put it on the bottom, but face up. Exactly. So one of these annoying choppers I get rid of. And now past the turn, Rosie's ability. I may rest up 4, not 5. Here we go. So let's see what my opponent does. I think first thing first, he should swing with his Tony chopper. If not, he's going to risk to get again a slow beam countered out, and would be able to rest his chopper. So 1 done onto the leader, so all characters are boosted by 1k. Another done on his chopper, so his chopper is now a 7k. The question here is he going into my life or into my board? Opponent thinking how he should swing. This is definitely also something people underrate Zoro gameplay. They think like, yeah, it's an easy leader, straightforward. You just spam your board and just swing. But in my opinion, I playtested Zoro as well a lot in the sim. It is not so easy. I always say the biggest difference between a good and a standard Zoro player is exactly those moments where you have to decide how many dons you exactly invest in certain turns for swings. So yeah, don't misunderrate the leader's ability. So with the ability of Chopper, my opponent was able to cheat out, I think, Hiking Beer. Yeah. So Hiking Beer's ability with 1 don activate main once per turn up to 1 of your animal type characters other than this character gains 1000 power for the turn. I mean, the effect is not so bad. He's able to boost again. but the main target of this card is to cheat him out with the Tony Chopper. So yeah, here perfectly achieved. So my opponents, yeah, with the swing, I used the Judgment of Hell just to reduce the Chopper who swung, but also the Zoro by 3000. And now here, a very, very important moment. My opponent swings with his Chopper. He does not announce his when attacking ability. I'm taking my life here. And now you will see my opponent wants to use his Chopper ability. So this is a very, very good example, guys. And I mean, I'm sorry for my opponent here, but we are on the 4th round. I'm X0, going about to win this game. And I'm playing competitive One Piece, so here there is no mercy. My opponent had enough time to announce his when attacking ability. And this is something where probably people who play a lot in Sim misunderrate that on the real life games. It works a bit different, because here in Sim you have unlimited time to choose when attacking the character, but in real life, when you attack, you have to announce the effect immediately. So if you do not announce the effect here, I assume that either you forgot to use your effect, or you just don't want to use your effect. If you go back into the video, you will see that it takes me around 5 to 6 seconds until I take the life from the first point where my opponent declares the attack. After I take the life, it takes around 4 to 5 seconds, if I'm not wrong by my analysis, where my opponent wants to declare his ability, which in my opinion was too long. He just forgot it, he just misplayed it. So I had no mercy. I called the judge, I let the judge know that this is not how it goes. My opponent claims that I just took immediately the life, which is not true. As you see it in the video, it took me around 5 to 6 seconds before I took the life. So in my opinion, my opponent had here more than enough time to announce the when attacking ability. And this is something which all of you guys can profit from. So when you have a when attacking ability, or in general any ability, always, if you need time to think, announce the ability at least. So when attacking, you swing with the Chopper, and then you immediately announce ability. And now the opponent knows, okay, there is an ability coming. Now you can think like to whom you want to do your ability. But you can't swing with him into lead. Just be quiet. Opponent takes life. Be quiet. And then afterwards say, and by the way, I want to give minus 3000 to one of your characters. This doesn't work like this. I explained it to the judge and he agreed. So in this case, yeah, things like this can happen. It was quite annoying for me because it's an intense match. You have to focus, but in let's call it high competitive One Piece TCG gameplay, this can happen, especially if you're fighting for a higher standing. So always try to respect the rules, always be focused 100%, and don't get cheated by such plays. So let's go back into the game. I took the life. So here my opponent plays Molgang. Gets rid of my Rosie, passes the turn, 3 hand cards. He played also a buggy again to search. Unfortunately, I didn't focus on what he searched, but yeah, he's still trying to explain what he was thinking. I'm like, sorry, this is not how it works. If you play in the sim, that's fine, but this is real life. Here we have definitely a more competitive environment than on the sim. So, I mean, I have 2 lives. My opponent has still 4 life. We have probably around 10 minutes plus overtime to play. So definitely an intense matchup. I mean, I have a good board, but I still need here to try to get rid of his board. So we are still here arguing a little bit about this chopper play, but all good. It can happen, definitely. For sure my opponent will learn his lessons from this, and me too. So stay positive and try to enjoy the game. So I'm swinging here first 5 into hiking beer, and now 6 probably into the chopper, exactly. So I have to remove his whole board here just to get rid of board presence, also board pressure. Swing him with 9 into his other chopper, perfect, this one is gone. So his complete board is off. The only problem I have here, the Makino is still on the board, which allows him again to boost his buggy, which is annoying. Maybe I could play it better and swing also once into Makino instead of the life there, just to remove always the whole board, because this is your only goal. Against Zoro you want to have board control, and then also due to the fact that you don't swing him in his life, once he will not have any more so many hand cards available, and you try to finish him in 2 turns. This is how my strategy works against Zoro. So here I will play, Senior Pink, -1 Dawn, take, and Purple Event with 5 costs or less, back to hand, and rest up to 1 Dawn again. So here, perfectly, I trashed my Gum Giant in the early game, so that's why now I was able to get it back. Gum Giant definitely better in the late game. And here with, this one here I could probably sequence a bit better, but I think my goal was here to not play first kit, just to have the Pluffy ability available. But afterwards, watching this, I think this was a mistake. I should have used first kit and then Senior Pink, because if I use Gum Giant, I will do again -2, and afterwards I'm still able to use the Pluffy's ability, because it is on my choice on which attacking I want to use him. So if I sequence it well, I could profit from another ramp, but I think it's a small mistake, it wouldn't change too much. So here Makino boosts buggy. So if you see, I'm starting to get low in hand size, which is also dangerous for me. So the buggy is now, I think 6, as he should be 3 costs, 3,000 power. With 1 Dawn it would be 7. I don't have, I mean, I would have a 2k. Probably I would take this life here, just to see if I draw into a brick card, which I can trash away with Gum and keep my counter cards in hand. Let's see what I'm going to do. I mean, with the kit blocker here, I'm definitely protected from at least 1 swing, if necessary. Also a very important point, I don't know if I mentioned it before, one of the most important rules, do not go to 0 life against Zoro, but also not against, for example, ST21 Luffy leader, or any red rush leader. I mean aggro leader, just to avoid to get punished by Diable Jambe, but also by an unblockable character. So try always to be at least on 1 life, or if you're pretty much sure you can survive that all-in swing, you can bait the opponent to try to force him to go all in. You can counter out and then you finish him in the next turn. It depends always on the situation a bit. So here, again, my opponent has to really think how he is going to manage his stones for this turn. How much should he swing? So he swings here with 8. I'm not sure into my life or into a body of mine. 8, I'm not sure if 8 is correct, because I can counter out for 3 with Gum Giant. I think 9 would probably be better. But nevertheless, if he would swung 9, probably I would take the life just. So let's see, I'm not quite sure. I think he's still thinking like how to swing, where to swing. Yeah, you see all the other matches slowly were finished. My people standing around because they know that's the second last turn. Game. So yeah, he goes to life. I took the life. It's quite interesting. I think the idea behind was to have a look if I can find a brick card to be able to throw it away with Gum Gum and not to waste a counter card. In this case, I did not. I mean, okay, here we see another Nami search, top 5. He's looking for a Straw Hat. He still has his leader ability to swing and maybe also a rush character. So I'm definitely able to counter out both swings. So to be able to not go to 0 life. He takes a blocker chopper again into his hand, which gives him some defense. So he goes here, yeah, 9. I can make a free block with Gum Gum Giant, so I don't have to waste any other counters. Yeah, throwing here away Rosie because my board is full. I don't need to put something on my board. I'd rather keep the sugars for maybe a later stage of game if I need to search a 2K. But this game will not last longer. As you see here, I draw with the Gum Gum Giant into another Gum Gum Giant and Gamma Knife and top deck another Gum Gum Giant, so my defense is on point. I don't have to worry about to lose this game. So that's why I decided here, if I'm not wrong, to clear his board again. Exactly. Let's clear the board here. First thing first. And now I have still 3 swings, 4 potential swings if I want to swing with Kit here as well. The thing is here, how much should I invest? How many dons should I invest? Should I play anything here? So I have a lot of dons available, but the only problem is in this later stage of the game where your board is full and you don't want to play anything, the Rosie ability is getting a little bit weaker because you do not play anything. So you have always to calculate to leave up some dons for your defense. So I swing here with 9. And my opponent triggers a Red Hawk, which gives minus 10,000 to one of my characters, which was quite strong. So I swing here with another 9. He takes the life. And then I probably pass the turn. Exactly. So this is probably the last turn of my opponent, because I will definitely try to finish him the next turn. I have a lot of defense, I have a lot of dons open. So I think my opponent needs to try to go for game here. I'm not sure if he's able to do it, so I mean, yeah, from this point of view, yeah, you see we still have overtime of 3 minutes around. So my opponent thinks like how he can try to finish me, so he swings here with and now this time he chose the when attacking ability correctly, so he announced it immediately. I'm using Gum Gum Giant, and yeah, from here on, I mean, he has only 2 swings. With a rush, I still have a blocker, so I don't see here any chance for him to win. And I even saw the slow beam. So, yep, using again the ability, have to play a bit faster just because of overtime rule. But yeah, I think it's over here. You see a very, I think, good gameplay here. I was able to rest his Nami as well, so even though if he has a rush card, I can block it, or I just take the last life, and if he does not have blockers available, so it's GG, guys. Thank you so much. I'm 4-0. See you tomorrow for the final round. Bye-bye.